Now we've downloaded and installed a Spring Tool Suite, and in this video we will create a new project using this development environment. To bring it up, I will hit Command space on my computer and then type STS and hit Enter. That will launch Spring Tool Suite. And the first window that we are presented with is Eclipse Launcher. Here we need to select a directory for our workspace. Choose a directory where you want to keep this project and maybe other projects that are related to your API or your web service. I have created a folder in my users folder called Spring MVC video course. So I'll choose this directory as a workspace, click on Launch. And here's my Spring Tool Suite development environment. It started on a different screen. So I will resize it a little bit. And here we have a dashboard with some news. I will close it, and to create a new project, I will go to File and then choose New and select Spring Starter Project. The service URL I will choose as is. Name of the project I will provide mobile, app, and WS for web services. The type of the project I will leave Maven, Java version 8. Group is your package name. It could be a reverse domain name of your organization. For example, I have a blog, apps developer blog, and for this project I will choose a reverse domain name of my blog. So that will be com apps developer blog. And then I'm building an API for my mobile application. So I will choose app and then WS for web services. And then artifact ID is kind of a name of your project. I have provided mobile app, so I will leave it as mobile app WS as well here. Version is good. I will leave it as is. Description and then package. This is the package, the root package of your Java files. I will also make it com apps developer blog and then app WS. I will make my package same as my group. Okay, and once package name is provided, I will click on next, and here I will need to add some dependencies that are needed for my project. If you want to make your project to support web services, you will need to provide a web dependency, and this dependency will be added to a POM.xml file, and when your project is built, Maven will download and add these libraries to your project. So for us to be able to build RESTful web services with Spring MVC, we will choose web. And if you move mouse over, it gives you a hint. This dependency is for full stack web development with Tomcat and Spring MVC. It will help you to build RESTful web services with Spring MVC. And it will already have Tomcat. So when you build and run your application, you can run it right away, and your application will be deployed and run with the built-in Tomcat. You don't need to install Tomcat separately and then run it and then deploy your application to that standalone Tomcat installation. So at this moment, web is enough. I'm not going to choose anything else. You can also build RESTful web services with Jersey and JAX-RS, but for Spring MVC, this dependency is enough. Later in the video course, we will also add support for MySQL, but I'll do it later, not at this moment. So I will select web and then click on next. And this information I will also use as is. A bit later in this video course, we will also look at Start Spring IO and how to create a starter project using this URL. At this moment, let's leave this as is and simply click on Finish. So now our project is being created. Here in the Package Explorer, we can expand the window, and Maven will create standard Java project folder structure. So we'll have source main Java, and here's our package. I have created my package as com apps developer blog app WS for web services, and here I have Spring Boot application. I will expand resources folder, and here's my application properties. Here we will use this file to configure database access details. And very important file is here, pom.xml. This is the file where we are going to be adding all the dependencies that our project needs. For example, when we need to use MySQL database, we will need to open this pom.xml file and add MySQL dependencies. So this is the friendly user interface view. I can switch to XML view by selecting a tab at the bottom, and I can scroll a little bit down and see the dependencies elements here. So we have two dependencies added at this moment. One is Spring Boot Starter Web, which is enough to start building RESTful web services, and one for testing our RESTful web services. And this is it. The project is created. We can build and run it. We can open it with any development environment. We can use NetBeans or Eclipse or IntelliJ. The structure of these folders and packages will stay the same, and we will be able to build and run this Spring Boot project using any of those development environments. But at this moment, it's too early to run it because we don't have any REST controllers. We don't have any code that will handle HTTP requests. So we will need to add those first.